Dear all MPs, can you justify to the country why you should receive your raise in salary in 2021? Can you really justify this to the country? Why should you get it amidst this pandemic that Britain is having right now? Me and maybe millions of others really think you shouldn't take it. Because it's a slap in the face to your constituents, it's a slap in the face to the services that supply and help people during COVID time, and including nurses. They're on their knees because they're having to see loved ones from other families going through hardship in their wards, dying because of this pandemic. So why should you be receiving that increase? I'm just an ordinary citizen. I don't know what yous are like, but hey, I'm ordinary. The country's fallen to its knees because of this disease. And people don't know when they're going to be able to feed their families because their earnings aren't as big as what they were. They're struggling to pay their rents, struggling to pay their mortgages, struggling to do the one basic thing, and that's feed their families. So why should you get the raise? When was the last time public services received a raise? When was the last time public services didn't have cut in their services? When was the last time public services got an increase? And I'm talking about the police, the fire, the ambulance, the nurses. They don't get an increase in their earnings. Do you think they'll get an increase in their earnings in April? I don't bloody think so. You lot are no being proactive. But what I've seen, what I've heard from other people in other towns and cities across Britain, and I've actually spoke to, and I know, and they didn't do nothing. Why? Do something for your constituents. Do not take that raise, relinquish it, put it in a pot, put all your raises in a pot and deal it out to those in need in local communities, ones that are suffering, their children, mental health. You cut mental health services down. During this pandemic, there's been suicides, not just by adults, but by children. Yes, children. Put the money into mental health services. Can you justify now why you're going to get a raise? I think, amongst possibly many millions of others, should think that you should actually consider not taking that raise. Where everyone else is not getting a raise, shop workers are not getting a raise. They're key workers, yeah. Other key workers, are they getting a raise? No. Home care workers are not getting a raise. They go into other people's houses. Now, I know too. They go into other people's houses. They don't know if that client's got coronavirus. Nobody's testing them. Nobody's testing the staff. Nobody's keeping an eye on their agencies. So why should you receive your increase? I don't know anything about politics. I'm just an ordinary citizen. But hey, if I was a politician, I wouldn't even take the increase. I would go out and get another job. I'd actually go out and get a full-time job or even a part-time job. And I wouldn't take the money from the government. But that's me. That's not you. That's me. So what are you going to do? Are you going to relinquish your raise in April? Give it to the needy? Well, don't just sit there in the Parliament. Think about it. Have a chat about it amongst yourselves publicly so we can see you sitting there chatting away. And please, there is a lot of you that actually fall asleep in Parliament. So please, I don't think you should get a raise because you sleep in Parliament as well. So it's up to you guys. MPs, I'm putting this out to you. Relinquish your raise. Give it to those in need. Start going out in your constituents, those that don't do it. I know there may be one or two that do go out in their constituents, but really, you need to be out there. You need to be at roots level, ground level, to see what ordinary citizens have to go through, have to endure, and where they're going to get their next meal. they're having to turn to charities. As I said, the food banks as well. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to do a stint at food bank? See and speak to the families? Really? Are you? I'd hope you do, and I'd hope you'd actually go on your constituents and go around and asking people what it is they need. Not what you want, what they bloody well need, because they need them damn sight more than you do. I don't care how many times this gets retweeted, if it does, it might not. I'm just a waffler, but I'm an ordinary citizen. And I have seen hardship round across the board. Not in my family, thank God for that, but I've seen other families struggling, even asking me for help. So sometimes I can't give them help, other times I can say, right, well obviously you can't come in the house, say love, but I can get you something through the window. So please think long and hard what you're going to do with your raise. And let us know publicly, each individual MP, please. Because you certainly, in our eyes, you're doing nothing for it, apart from sleep in the Parliament building.